Okay, here we go. Welcome back to Ancient Gaming. I'm Zilla. This is my Twitch channel where I play video games that have ancient studies content and talk about that on stream. I typically play through a whole game, and I like to talk about mythology, archaeology, honestly, whatever comes to mind. You can find my content, all of my streaming content. I do also upload to YouTube, along with my video essays and other content. So go check it out if you like. And today we'll be playing Stray Gods. So this is the first time I'm seeing it because, of course, this game is brand new. Came out 2 days ago. And it is a role-playing musical about the Greek gods. That's the description. So I'm very excited to find out what this is all about. I didn't want to go ahead and load it without giving a little intro because I have no idea how this starts, and with that description I expect it to be quite fantastic. Now I have heard that this game is excellent. I am in contact with my friend Ludo History over at Ludo History. You should absolutely watch him. If you like my content, you'll love his. And he was playing this with Red and Blue from Overly Sarcastic Productions. I haven't watched it because I wanted to be unspoiled. So here we go. Cute menu screen. I do like it. Let's go ahead and check out the options. Subtitles on, that's good. Okay. Oh, they have audio description, that's great. That's really great! I love it. I love it. For all of your visually impaired friends, this game has audio description, and that is amazing. Okay, so, there are content warnings, that's good. So let's check them out. So there are some heavy themes here. There is alcohol abuse, violence, PTSD, death, and themes of suicide. So just so you know, going into this forewarned, I don't know any more about it than you do, but I do think that it's a very good thing that games are starting to do this kind of thing. Okay, let's go back. Start ourselves a new game. I love this sort of like neon nightclub poster beatnik vibe. The neon laurel wreath is just amazing. I really, really, really would love to have a neon laurel wreath. Probably not pink though. I would take a green one. So the laurel wreath, for those who aren't familiar, is a Greek symbol of victory. It has to do with the god Apollo. Won't get into that myth right now because I have no idea what they're actually doing with this game, but I'm sure you recognize it in general. So let's start a new game. This is a great thing that you'll also start seeing. I have never seen one in a video game before, but I definitely have seen acknowledgements like this in videos and at conferences. The First Nations of the world deserve our not only our respect, but our support. We need to give the land back and to recognize their sovereignty. So let's, with all that, dive in. Act 1. If you are here in chat, please feel free to say hi. I will try to keep an eye on it. And if not, I'll just keep going.
4 hours. 4 hours in a rented gym that still smells like socks and childhood trauma. And where did it get us? Other than bored? The band wasn't even looking for anything specific. We just wanted change. We wanted to see who was out there, if they'd show up.
I have no idea who they
showed up
represent
all right.
yet. Oh, we can take a guess that the goth lady is Persephone.
You know, I had a dream where this exact thing happened. Except we were on stage. And naked.
We were auditioning.
Not all of us. Okay, it was just me. I was naked. I think this went better.
So we have a cute little option system. I don't know what kind of relationship they have, so I'm gonna go with
we
the
should
joke.
consider that. We could be the Naked Band, coming soon to a really private auditorium near you.
You know, somehow I believe you'd actually do that.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with a hard no. Okay, let's just wrap this up. Kaz, do you need a ride?
Just to Brian's. I'm crashing on his couch until I get a new place.
What? You said it'd be 2 days.
You know you like having me around. Whatever.
Have you heard yourself snore?
Hey, Grace, you okay? I know you've been kind of loose ends since you left college. I was just hoping tonight would cheer you up.
So, we get a little indicator we can improve our relationship. I don't know if that's a romantic option or not. I mean, honestly, I prefer honesty.
Yeah, I don't know. Nothing is going the way I thought it would. I feel like I'm this close to
Punching something? Do I need to back up?
screaming, more like. Not that anyone would listen.
Well, I'll always listen.
Music is your life, Freddie. You're the drummer, the lyricist. All of this was your idea. I wish I knew where I fit.
I think you fit. You know that, right?
Yeah.
You coming?
I'm gonna hang out a bit and lock up. I'll see you at home.
Yeah, so I have no idea where this is going yet, but I like the characters. They got the big old drama masks on the side of the stage.
Lost at sea, with no sails, not a breeze. I am drifting cold waters, no star to be seen. Is the world too much, or is it just me? Everything I set upon unravels at my feet. Everything I've learned wasted on a girl who doesn't know how to be free. Like a boat lost at sea, with no sails, not a breeze. I am drifting cold waters, no star to be seen. Oh,
Sorry. I didn't mean to interrupt. I heard you
there's
from
a Greek.
outside. My name's Calliope. You have an amazing voice. I hope you know that.
thanks. I'm Grace. Are you here for the audition, or?
Yes. Yes, I am.
So, Calliope is the name of a Greek muse. The muses are goddesses of inspiration. Their number varies over the ages. I'm sure if you're familiar with them, you're familiar with the 9 muses, which have settled names and realms of influence. Calliope. Oh, I should remember which one she is, but I don't. I feel like it's history or something. No. I'm gonna look it up because I am that kind of person. Sorry. Epic poetry. Epic poetry. Okay. She is epic poetry. As opposed to lyric poetry. So poetry like the Iliad, the Odyssey, the Hymn to Demeter, which I have a suspicion this is at least in part about. The Hymn to Demeter is the story of Persephone. So Grace's name is interesting too. The Graces, the 3 Graces, do exist in Greek mythology, and they are not unlike the Muses. They're a set of beauty and inspirational goddesses. One is joy, and one is blooming, and so it's interesting that our main character's named Grace and is this goth figure. Love her look, by the way. Very me. If I could find a black leather jacket that fit. No, that's not true. I don't wear a lot of jackets. But, so Calliope is our muse. So we have a setup with a seemingly sapphic, which is to say lesbian-ish, maybe, protagonist. There was that spark with Freddie, the other girl, who was dressed all in green. That might be a nod to Demeter. It might not be. I don't know. Brian and Kaz didn't suggest anything in particular to me. Kaz maybe with a little bit of that, yellow aura Apollo look. I don't know. But, in that little song that we got, Grace sang about a girl who doesn't know how to be free. I don't know if that's referring to her or to Freddie. I don't have enough context. But so in walks this muse, this inspiration, and it looks like we're getting this set up for one of those romantic inspiration stories. I did want to mention there were a couple of things that we saw there. The drama masks on the side of the auditorium. I think this is a very typical high school auditorium looking thing with the thin wooden, play dressings, and they would actually have had painted backdrops in a Greek theater. But I do think that that's what they're going for here. And the drama and comedy masks, of course, a very traditional symbol, because all Greek drama and comedy all plays were poetry, were sung, while wearing masks to show which character you were. So, I'm interested in just hearing it.
Okay. Did you bring an instrument or some music?
I kinda bring my music wherever I go.
All right. Well,
with the fire furious, I have burned my tongue. Grief from all the promises, too many dreams unsung. All the steps I didn't take and paths proved untrue. Is there any path through? Like a boat lost at sea, though I'm about to with no sails, not a you breeze. Still have your life ahead. I am drifting cold waters, no stars.
I like this little character screen. So this is actually very interesting because we have some references here specifically to the Iliad and Odyssey. I don't know how intentional, but I mean surely the one in the song, by which I mean the ship lost at sea. Like this imagery in a game that starts out with the premise of sort of Greek gods and mythology, a ship lost at sea. I feel like we are feeling some Odysseus lost in a 10-year journey at sea, becalmed in doldrums, and they really do focus on the sea as a place of emotion and eternal movement, and it's a very common image. And that star, of course, they were navigating using celestial navigation. Our idea of how the stars look is very much based on Greek astrology. And the North Star was the summer star. And so we get this person who comes in as kind of a rock star. She's got this shining blonde white hair, being a star at sea, saying that you can be inspired, you can get unlost. So then these traits, Kick-Ass, is making me think Achilles, our protagonist from the Iliad, who is a mighty warrior. He is basically undefeatable. He has the gift of invulnerability everywhere except for his heel. That's where we get that phrase from when his mother dipped him in the river Styx to make him immortal like a god. And he is a half god. He is demigod. He is in the Iliad so ferocious that the Greek army begins to falter in their war without him, and only wins because he comes back. And when he does come back, it is with such ferocity that a river of dead rise up to try and strike him down, because it is so choked with the bodies that he's left behind. So I'm feeling a little Achilles with this, and a little Odysseus with this. Sometimes you need to be clever. Odysseus is known for being a trickster, for being complicated, for being able to talk people into just about anything. Except, of course, when he tries to talk Achilles into coming back early. And then we have this, which is a more modern sensibility for a hero. She tries to do the right thing. Let's go with that.
Maybe if I leaned upon my friends, raise the alarm, I'll call for them. Do I have the heart to trust they'll keep me safe from harm?
Wow. What was that?
Your song was just so wonderful. I had to finish it with you. I hope that's all right. I also know what it feels like to be lost. To feel as if you have no place to turn. That's why I had to come inside.
Okay, so we get a clever question that is grayed out. So if we had taken that Odysseus path, we'd be able to say that, but yeah, I can't ask that. I did. I'm trying to figure out the jewelry placements here because I do think that some of them are important. I mean, Calliope has a guitar earring, which is cute, but she also has a coin pendant, and I'm noticing that it kind of mirrors, the placement kind of mirrors the blank spot under Grace's choker. I'm saying Persephone, I actually have no idea. I feel like there's something going on there. But
Well, I know why I feel that way, but what's your story?
I'm reaping what I've sown, I think. This has been a very long time coming.
Ouch. Sounds harsh.
May I ask you why you feel so adrift? You're so young. Surely your life is just beginning.
That's an interesting kind of comment. Again, it's sort of giving me the Persephone idea, because Persephone is a young goddess as compared to a lot of these others. She is definitely, when she's introduced to the mythos, she's introduced as a daughter. She's introduced as younger than, the older set of gods, but also Calliope and the Muses are the daughters of Zeus. The same generation and sometimes, in some versions, Persephone's father. So theoretically they would be cousins. So it's interesting to see this where age is not exactly easy to tell. Like, we have background information to know that Grace is just out of college. With all her bandmates, and who knows what they're actually up to other than that, but this is actually a very normal time of your life to feel adrift, because you've just walked out of a very structured life for the first 22 years of your life. You've known what your goal was, you've known what to do because it's laid out for you. And then you walk into the wider world, and the wider world says, okay, now make money or die. That's not easy. It wouldn't be emotionally easy even without that pressure, but there is that pressure. So I'm interested in creating this character. I am a role player, so it is in me to enjoy this game to the fullest. And I am seeing this character as sort of a joking as defense mechanism character.
You sound like my guidance counselor.
Then I should apologize.
No, it's fine. There's just only so many times someone can ask what's wrong with you before you start to think there's really something wrong with you. But what does she know? If only she could see me now, right?
I think she'd see what I see. I should go.
About the audition. I'm sure everyone will agree you're in, if you want to be, that is.
I hope to see you again, Grace. Perhaps soon.
Right. See you then.
Okay. Well, I don't know about y'all, but I am loving the heck out of this. This is a gorgeous game. This is extremely well presented. I had no idea what they were going to do with a role-playing musical video game. But I love it. I love it.
Did you lose your keys, Fred? I thought you'd be... Calliope?
I didn't know where else I'm so sorry, Grace.
I don't care.
You're hurt. I'll get help.
No. No, you have to wait. You can't go.
What?
I didn't want to do this to you. Not like this. I'm so sorry.
What do you mean? Hey! Calliope!
Oh, that's not a
Please.
guitar. It's a lyre on a chain.
Please, come on. What is that?
Guess we're manifesting gods a little more directly. Oh, hey, Mercury.
Oh, I can wait. Take your time.
Why did I come out with the Roman name? They're clearly doing Greeks.
Is that my door?
Technically, it's my door. Or our door, maybe? I came as soon as I could.
Okay.
Hold on. Who are you? How did you get here?
Through the door? I mean, geez, how did you get here?
Helpful, he is not.
She really is dead, huh? Man. So, the chorus is gonna want to talk to you. Sucks,
Chorus?
you know.
We have a kick-ass option that we can't take, but that's okay. So, the chorus, an interesting name. Greek plays known for having a chorus, and there are also choral odes, so there was a form of music that was strictly for a chorus, or a large choir. The names are related. The chorus of a play being usually the thing the name was played, the play was named for, actually. So, in The Trojan Women, the play The Trojan Women, the chorus are the Trojan women. So in an Athenian play, in a Greek play, you would have the main actors. Often they were professionals, and there would be strictly 3 of them. They would swap roles as necessary until later on when things got a little bit looser. And then you would have a chorus of, I believe it was 26. I can look that up. But the chorus was made up of the crew of a trireme that all trained together. And they would take a year off from their service to train to dance and sing for an entry in a play. And that's how important this was. This is an offering to the gods, to Dionysus specifically. And so the chorus are very important, but they also are the people, right? They're the background. They're the support of the action. It's not happening to them. So it makes a fair amount of sense, even if it's not direct, that if we have some situation like superhero-y manifestations of gods here, that there's some governing body that they speak to called the chorus. That makes a deal of sense to me. I did also want to call attention to Hermes' hat. Because he has this little wing symbol on his hat. Now, Hermes was known for having a winged helm and winged sandals that allowed him to move very, very fast. He's a messenger god. He is the messenger between gods, from gods to mortals, from the heaven to the underworld, and he is also the psychopomp of Greek mythology. He is the one who comes to collect dead souls. And so his presence here, and the iconography of the little wing on his hat, is very on point. And also, he is a trickster god, and so his joking around and being kind of a brat makes a lot of sense too. So, I want to know who these chorus people are.
Chorus? You mean the authorities? Are they coming?
I guess they're authorities? But they're not coming here. We have to go to them. Look, I can see you don't know squat about this, so I'm gonna explain real quick, but then you gotta come with me, okay? When Cal died, you saw a shiny thing come out of her, right? That was her soul. That's what made her a god.
A what?
It's in you now, which makes you a god. Surprise, right? With me so far? Cool.
No?
Let's go.
I mean, yes, but no. So, I take it this is Olympus. That looks like a symbol of Ares. I didn't catch what the thing in the middle was, but that's definitely an Athens owl.
Where are we?
Sorry to drop you and run, but when
So
an
this-
idol dies, there's like 100 different things I gotta do.
Oh, an idol.
No,
huh?
wait. Where did you bring me? How did we get here?
Oh gosh, I have so
The
much
chorus
to
can
say.
explain. Don't touch anything. Okay?
So this is clearly Olympus,
come
the seat
back!
of the gods.
Okay.
We have a door patterned
Yeah. I'll just
sort
Right
of like
here
the
and,
sun.
not
Laurels
anything.
on the desks. Something that looked a bit like Medusa in the carpet. Cookies. Hey, the owl's looking at her. So Athena's here. Indeed. Okay, we've got everything from formal dress to modern suits. There's a lot to work with here.
Our beloved sister, the last of the Muses, has passed on to you, our new sister, delivered to us by dear sweet Hermes. It's, Grace.
So this will be Athena talking.
yes.
She's got the,
My.
the
You have
aegis.
had quite the day, haven't you?
Okay, take a moment to talk. I have so much. I don't know how far we're gonna get. Okay, so some things around. We can see a Greek marble sculpture in the back there. That's actually a little anachronistic because it would be polychromatic, and assuredly the gods would know this. By what I mean by polychromatic is it would be painted. Greek statuary was generally painted in a quasi-realistic fashion. Some of the colors were actually quite garish, although we can't be 100% sure because of the way that certain paint decays. But there's a lot of iconography in this office. So we've got the laurel wreath. We've got that was sort of on the front of the desks. We've got the pattern in the middle of the carpet. That circular carpet looked an awful lot like snakes, like a Medusa face. It was a little blurry. It's hard to tell. So I might be wrong about this, but that's a common apotropaic, which means like something to turn bad things away. So they'll carve Medusa gorgon heads on gravestones to keep evil spirits from coming by, to keep grave robbers from coming by, things like that. I didn't get a good look at that painting she was looking at, but So you have that helmet on the desk that Athena's sitting at, a stereotypical hoplite helmet, actually a Corinthian helmet by the crest style, although we mostly associate it with Sparta nowadays just because of how iconography has shifted around. Then there was the owl, of course. That is the symbol of Athena, the goddess of wisdom and craft and strategy. And that was Athena who was talking to us, the blonde woman with a slightly older look to her. You can tell, not only because she's sitting at Athena's desk, because that also has Ares' helmet on it. I don't know, and I don't know about the cookies either. But that aegis, that pectoral she's wearing, it's got scales, it's got a gorgon head, it probably has snakes along it. That is the aegis of Zeus, given to Athena as his favorite daughter, more or less. And it is great magic. Nobody actually agrees very much on what an aegis is, but usually it is determined to be some kind of shawl or pectoral or mantle. And so she's actually very nice, apparently, in this game. And I'll be interested to see how they characterize her. And then we saw a woman with long dark hair and a starry cloak. That could be a number of things, but I wouldn't be surprised to find out that she's Nyx, goddess of the night. You may be familiar with her from the game Hades, where she features quite heavily. But she also could be a number of other things. She might be a representative, depending on how these things pass, of Hades himself, of Uranos, the god of the sky, she might be a version of Aphrodite. She might be an Egyptian figure, maybe Ma'at. So that's interesting. And we saw a man with a lot of gold. I had the impression of maybe a Zeus figure. I'm not sure. And somebody whose gender was ambiguous with leaves crawling up a purple sleeve that made me think maybe Dionysus. But really, wide variety of things here. But one thing I really wanted to come back to is this concept of idols. So as Hermes is running out the door, he said that somebody possessed by the soul of a god is an idol. An idol is a really curious and fitting choice of term here because, of course, we think pop idol, right? We think, an image of a god or an image to be worshipped. And so we have pop idols, we have like the young pop stars and singers, which, Grace is a young potential pop idol in her own right, I suppose. Although she seems a bit more goth to punk, but hey, it's been known to happen. I mean, I would not call the singers of baby metal anything less than idols. So, idol comes from the Greek word eidolon, which means an image or a representation, a figure. And it's often sort of conflated with illusion or like it could be a painting or it could be an image in a cloud. Or it could be a person replicated by the gods made out of clouds in a couple of cases. Specifically, there was an eidolon made of Hera at one point to fool somebody who was trying to take her by force, shall we say. And there was another eidolon in some versions made of Helen, who was the one who actually went to Troy, while the real Helen was spirited off by Hermes to Egypt. So to have this sort of embodiment in Eidolon as a pop idol is just genius. I love it. Okay, I'll stop talking now, I promise.
Someone died in my arms. Where is this? How did I get here? Who are you people?
So many questions. This is my office, and I expect you arrived through one of Hermes' portals.
The shiny doorway.
As for who we are, well, that does require some explanation, I agree. Allow me to introduce myself. I am Athena, goddess of wisdom. This is Apollo, god of prophecy, dressed for the
can see a
occasion,
little sun
as
pendant.
always. The wondrous Aphrodite, goddess of love. And the one glaring at you is Persephone.
Okay
Yes,
then,
queen of
I
the
was totally wrong.
underworld.
This is Persephone.
Together, we are the chorus.
She is the
We
goddess of
rule
spring.
over the idols, our name for the gods who remain. All of us, hidden in your modern world.
Okay, so now having been introduced, I can tell you a bit more about the iconography. Getting to take a look at it. So my secondary guess of the woman in the starry cloak as Aphrodite turned out to be correct. So the reason that I thought that might be is that Aphrodite is one of those interesting figures who actually came into Greek mythology from from the east in this case. She's known to the Sumerians as Inanna, to other tribes of the region, to other peoples of the region as Ishtar. She comes into Greek mythology as Aphrodite, so she comes from this tradition of a great all-powerful mother goddess, the queen of the heavens, and she has a very long history there, and she comes into Greek mythology and becomes the sort of the spirit of generation, the heart of love, and the originator of life in some ways. Now she diminishes over time in different places. Athenian myth, of course, putting her in sort of a subordinate position to Zeus as her daughter. There are versions of the myth where she comes well before that, where she actually is the one who inspires Gaia and Uranos, the earth and sky, to come together in love to make the gods. But that's probably why she's so powerful looking here, is my point. And then apparently the god with a lot of gold is Apollo. So those traits I was seeing in Kaz earlier, the same very yellow beard, the gold, and the sun. So Apollo is the god of light, and that they take that both metaphorically and literally. So he is the sun, except when Helios is around. But the chariot of the sun is, in some cases, said to be driven by Apollo, and he's also the god of prophecy, of light uncovering the darkness of the future. He's also the god of music, as it happens, but... So Calliope is an odd fourth here. Oh, I didn't talk about Persephone. So she seems goth as well, and angry, and that's fitting for the queen of the underworld, the goddess of the dead. She is known as Dread Persephone, and she is also the goddess of spring. Her death and rebirth, her return from the underworld, is like seeds growing from within the earth to produce plants. That's sort of the iconography we're seeing with that jacket. Okay, so let's be polite.
Gods aren't real. They can't be. They're just...
Stories, myths, legends.
If you're real, you'd be all-powerful. You wouldn't be hiding or...
Don't pay much attention to those old tales about us, Grace. They weren't very true to begin with, and, well, truth be told, we've diminished since those days. That doesn't mean we're helpless, of course. Far from it. Yet, at the end of the day, we two are just people, trying to get by.
One thing I didn't mention before is Athena's chiton. She is dressed in a traditional Greek chiton, the sort of drapey white dress with the over tunic and then the skirt below. They wouldn't actually typically be white. It's actually very hard to do white, but it is how the iconography looks in the modern age. So it's also unembroidered, which is very weird for somebody of high status.
Wait, you said, and Hermes said, that I'm a god now too. And an idol.
That is true.
That thing that came out of her that went into me.
We call it an eidolon, the part of Calliope's soul which made her an idol, which now makes you one.
Athena, we are wasting time.
The reason you're here, Grace, the reason why we made you wait so long while we debated, is because we have rules. Those rules mean we can't admit into our ranks a usurper, never mind a possible murderer. I know this will all come as a shock, and I'm so sorry to say it, but...
Well, that's
I'm
nice.
afraid you have to die.
You want me to die? But that isn't fair.
I know, but consider it from our point of view. A dear sister, someone who traveled with us through the ages, gone.
But I didn't do it. Aren't you supposed to be the goddess of wisdom? Can't you see this isn't right?
Calliope's blood is literally on your hands.
But it isn't.
Oh, she looks so helpless. Maybe we
We should do as we agreed. Calliope's line would end, yes, but what other option do we have? Let a usurper remain an idol?
Justice has to be done, for Calliope's sake.
But this isn't justice.
You cannot hide from this reality.
I'm not hiding, though a little lost here.
If you are lost, little girl, this bears explanation. Dear child, please listen. You have usurped a muse. No recourse to be arranged.
But it's unfair.
I know, but our laws cannot be changed.
But she came to me.
You must realize there are simple rules. If one of us dies, these rules have been the tools that
You must know
us.
I didn't do it. Is it weird this isn't song?
Now that the muse is gone, I'm afraid you'll have to see. The chorus is in accord. Justice won't be ignored.
I disagree.
Good, but unexpected.
Did I
Hello?
hear that correctly?
Welcome to my chat.
You've been quiet
It's
this
nice to
entire
see you. Are
time,
you back,
Apollo.
Brandon?
Why speak up now?
I grieve
I
Calliope's loss
would-
just as much as the rest of you, but
Love to
can't
chat
let you
with
do
you
this.
about that. You
He's
can
right.
find me
What
on
if Grace
Discord
speaks the truth?
at
What if Calliope chose her?
Rhododactylos_Salama.
And what if Calliope was murdered by her? What if Grace stole her eidolon?
then we need to find out. Don't you want justice?
Oh, Apollo, I thought we'd agreed this was justice. What would you have us do?
We need
There
to
has
find
to
the
be
truth.
some way to find the truth. Aren't you gods? Couldn't a god, I don't know...
We aren't seriously considering this.
Very well. This one time. I put a motion before the chorus. Do we allow Grace the right to prove her innocence?
Yes.
I think so. Yes. Fine.
And there we have it.
Have what? What just happened? Am I free? Do I get my day in court?
Yes, you shall. You say Calliope chose you. I would like to believe that. I truly would. You have 1 week to find out what happened, Grace.
What happens after a week?
There will be a trial. If you cannot provide proof of your innocence by then, well, our original verdict stands.
Okay, so this is fun. It's not unprecedented, actually. Athena has more than once sat in judgment over a trial like this. In particular, thinking of the trial of Orestes, the son of Agamemnon, who was the leader of the Greek fleet at Troy. So Agamemnon, in order to sail for Troy, was ordered by the gods to sacrifice his daughter Iphigenia, and he did. And in those long 10 years while he was gone, his wife Clytemnestra went into mourning, and then a rage, and then took over. She and her lover ruled the city in his stead, and when he at last came home, she had no wish to see him back, had no wish to take him back, and no wish to let him rule the city. So she killed him. And honestly, we stan a queen. But their children were not so happy about it, and in particular Orestes was very distraught, and killed his mother in return. Now, killing your husband is bad, but there are very few crimes in the Greek world that are worse than killing a parent. Usually patricide, but matricide as well. This is one of those things where the Furies, the raging goddesses of the depths of Hades, come and haunt you and drive you mad, and pursue all your steps all your days. So, Orestes killed his mother, he was driven by the Furies, and Athena sat in trial over that court. Now, due to political reasons in Athens that have to do with citizenship and expelling others, because people never change. There's always going to be those people who really just want to be supremacist and isolationist and awful to others, and that is unfortunately a mainstay of our history. In that trial, she ruled that the bond between father and son is stronger than that between mother and son, and he should not, in fact, be counted at all as his mother's son. Which was to say, in the political situation in Athens, that the mother's nationality should not count for citizenship. That's the version that we have. We know there were others. But anyway, so Athena sitting court over a trial, not uncommon. Them making weirdly rash decisions, also not uncommon in the myths. So, let's see.
Can someone
if we can
explain to
get
me
some
just
advice.
how I'm supposed to find the truth? I'm not a detective. I don't know anything about the idols.
Well, that's for you to figure out.
I knew you were gonna say that. How did I know you were gonna say that?
We're not going to keep you, Grace. You have much to do. Before you go, however, a few rules. Do not reveal our existence to the mortal world. This includes mortal authorities that cannot help you. Do not harm another idol. Do not leave the city. Do as the chorus commands. Otherwise, do whatever you must to find the true killer, if they exist.
Oh, that's all?
Welcome, dear sister.
And do help yourself to a cookie.
Wow. This is amazing and very weird. But that does make an excellent stopping point for today. It has been just about an hour. If you enjoyed this stream, please do come see us. I do this every weekend, every Saturday at 3 p.m. Eastern Time. And Evac Brandon in the chat, if you would like to email me, you can email me at zillas.athenaeum@gmail.com as well. I'd love to hear from you, or if you have a website, feel free to put it in chat. I am going to start closing down now, but thank you so much for watching, thank you so much for coming, and I hope to see you again soon. Keep learning, friends.